I don't know who this is for, but I just like to say this. If it has anything to do with my particular situation or anything involving with my children or whatever. If whomever it is that stole my identity and used it in whatever way that they did, I just want to let y'all know. Like, I hope y'all got everything that y'all was looking for when y'all decided to do that. And then not only do it, but be up in my face, playing in my face like I wouldn't find out. Like, I'm not a stupid person, you know. I'm just who the fuck I am. And I give numerous chances, right? Well, I used to give numerous chances. That shit is for the fucking. It ain't even for my birds. I don't know who it's for. It's for the snakes, the rats, and whoever. But it ain't for my birds. Definitely not. But like I'm just realizing more and more how hateful, mean, spiteful, vindictive, jealous, just hateful that every last one of y'all are that played a part in helping motherfuckers to take from me and to purposely want to see me and my children out on the streets and doing all of this vindictive, crazy ass fucking slandering and all of this other shit. But not one of y'all motherfuckers while in the mix of y'all talking about the shit that y'all, talking about me about. Y'all don't never want to go put y'all shit on Front Street and expose yourselves. That's why y'all gotta do all of the things that you're doing to cover up, to call and play phone tag, and you go do this to her. And then while you doing this to her, I'll go over there and do that to her. And while I'm doing that to her, you make sure you hold down the fort over here and make sure you watch her. Like, y'all grown as fuck. And this is what, like, is really, like, been going through my thoughts, from time to time. It's like, y'all childish as fuck. But y'all will get up in the fucking courthouse and want to deem somebody incompetent to steal from them. When you got a whole fucking functionable person that is within their fucking scruples that is able to hold down the fort. Oh, yeah. Let me just say this. I'm able to hold down my own fort. I'm able to pay my bills and all of that shit. This is what I want to address to you, Cheryl. Because I've not said a whole lot for all of this time, right? But what gets me, Mom, is that you did so much shit to me and my children, right? I'm thankful that, I had a roof over my head the times that you did allow me and my children to be in your home, right? And I've always told you that I was thankful, and I've showed you more than a fucking million times over for that, right? What I don't get is how you got so much nasty, hateful fucking energy within inside of you, right? I came from you, and I'm nothing like you when it comes to that shit. I have my tendency. I have certain tendencies of yours that I'm really not too keen on wanting to keep in my energy space or whatever. But that's what make me me. But the thing about it is, you birthed me and you hate me. And I remember distinctively when I was when I was younger, not like in my older adult years, but in my younger adult years. I remember you was talking to somebody, and I think it was grandma you was talking to. You was talking to somebody, and you was like, I wish I didn't have her. And I heard that shit, and I came to you and I asked you, why would you say that? And you was like, first you said you didn't say it. And I'm like, you did say it, but why you say it? You was like, I didn't mean it like that. You meant it exactly how you said it. That shit stayed with me for a long ass time after it was said to me. See, You be so fucking focused on, oh, y'all not about to do this to me, and y'all not about to be coming at me like this, and y'all ain't about to do this, and y'all ain't about to do that. But the thing about it is, Mom, when you got yourself clean, you didn't come back to us clean by yourself, right? And I'm not saying that you should have been selfish, that you shouldn't have had a relationship or none of that shit. But realistically, right? You've been out of me and Keyshawn life from 6 and 3 years old, right? I was 6, Keyshawn was 3, right? Me and Keyshawn went in the foster system. And a mix of me and Keyshawn being in the foster system and shit like that, you out there ripping, running, doing all this other shit. Then here come Michonne, right? I'm 41 years old. When you came back around after you got out of the rehab center, I was already out living on my own and pregnant with your grandson, right? 16 years old. Then we moved. Then we got our own little place and shit like that. Then we had went to another place. No, then I had went to to Job Corps and shit like that later on down the line. I say all of this to say, like, Mom, you got so much shit to say about me, so much fucking foul, nasty, negative shit to say about me, right? The difference between you and I, the shit that I'm saying about you is the truth. I'm not just saying shit to get nobody on my side, because I don't give a fuck if anybody is on my side. I'm on my side. God's on my side, right? That's all that matters to me. I'm on my own side with God and Universal Source, the Creator, where I came from. You know what I mean? So all of this shit that all of y'all been doing and shit like that is like, you just getting your rocks off to make you feel better about yourself. Don't you think, then doesn't anybody think that changing the behavior will help to change the whole situation within this dynamic? Then just keep doing it. It changes this dynamic, that dynamic, to where it's uplifting people. Because if you really open up your eyes and you really pay attention to my growth and my elevation of the way I think, the way I do things, you would see that I am consciously trying to make better changes in my fucking life. And it's not to say that I'm trying to be better than anybody. I want to be a better version of myself. For myself and for my children, for people out that I come in contact with. And Mom, you know, you the primary main person that knows, right? That if I had a problem with anybody, I never had no problem with being head on, forefront, confrontational. And I used to be physical with it. I've grown. I'm not that same little young, naive, feeble, whatever being that you remember me to be. And for you to come back into my life, or me to come back into your life, however the fuck you want to look at it, like, to try to fucking control me, to treat me like a child. Yes, I am your child. I'm an adult child, right? You treated me like I was still like younger than Sonic and Sanai type shit, and I don't even like how you was treating them. I don't even like how every day, when I'm in my own space, that I gotta compete with your energy from my children. Meaning the nasty, petty, vindictive, argumentative, back and forth, all of that shit, you know what I mean? That chaotic ass energy that we was in so long, living under the house, you know what I mean? Living under the roof with you in Salem. That shit became embedded in my children. When we left from fucking Salem, I had started getting it a little bit better and back on fucking track once we had gotten to our apartment and shit like that and was able to finally be settled and situated. Then you bring yourself over here in fucking November of 2021 And now I'm in my new place, right? And I'm still dealing with your energy. Like, my voice is the way that it is because I'm sitting there fussing with them, trying to get them to stop bickering and arguing and just every single little thing, sitting around with a puss face and just never happy about nothing. And I noticed that my children only get excited when it's time to go out somewhere to spend some damn money. I'm not a materialistic person. I mean, I like to have money in my pocket. Who don't? But if I don't have it, I'm not about to be sitting there plotting and planning and scheming to fucking kill my children to get any money. Right? I ain't trying to fucking be plotting and scheming with my friends and the neighbors and all of that to be trying to come against nobody. Now, what I can say is, like, you've shown me what it is to not be a mom like you. Like, I really don't want to continue to have my children hurting the way that they hurting right now when it comes to their emotional well-being, their sense of security. Like, that shit was traumatic as fuck for them. Like, when we was underneath your roof, like, yeah, you're not gonna hear every fucking conversation that my children have with me, you know what I mean, about what they're feeling internally. And then I had to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? I sacrificed a lot for them living with you when it comes to my emotional well-being and my motherfucking mental stability. I can't deal with all of that extra unnecessary petty ass bogus bullshit that people be trying to be on. Like, I'm fucking 41 now. Like, I did that shit in my teens, in my early 20s. Like, it's not worth that. It's not worth the fucking energy, especially to harm some fucking body else. And then you smiling up in my face talking about, oh, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, blah blah blah, and all that other shit. Like, yo, mom, that shit, it got me feeling some type of way, but I ain't gonna stay in my feelings about it because, as you know, I can get over shit quick and really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and until I'm fucking healed from it, I'm going fucking, you know what I mean? Keep going through the healing process with letting this shit go finally. All of this fucking time, mom, that's some hurtful ass shit. And then for me to sit here and be looking at my brother fucking earn, knowing deep down in my gut that you and Tracy had something to do with the shit with my brother too. I don't know why, but for some reason down in my spirit, it's telling me that you was happy that one of your children was gone, and I know that you would be even more happy because you already had it mapped out for finishing off the last two. My brother's in jail right now. I'm here. I'm the only one out of all of my siblings that want to do something right now in what I'm doing. So that later on down the line, like, my children, my nieces, my nephews, or whoever the fuck it is that's gonna come up in this world after, they not gonna have to fucking deal with the shit that I had to deal with. They ain't gonna have to deal with the shit that you had to deal with. They not gonna have to deal with the shit that grandma had to deal with. And so on and so forth, going back generations. And then you get mad with me because you already knew my fucking destiny. It wasn't no fucking secret. You knew this shit before you even pushed me out your twat. You knew it. And the day I came out your womb, you told me how happy my grandmother was to see me and all of this other shit. And I know instantly it sent a jealous ping because your mother never looked at you the way that grandma was looking at me. I didn't have no control over how your grandmother treated you. I mean, my grandmother treated you. But I do have control over how I decide on how anybody, including you, will treat me and my children. I didn't have nobody. Me and my brothers didn't have nobody to stand up and speak and say, and speak up for us and say, "Don't treat my children like that." You know, why you being so harsh? Why you being, you know what I mean? Nobody spoke the fuck up for us. Nobody spoke up for you. I'm sorry if I speak up for myself. I'm not about to be no fucking body's pushover no fucking more. I ain't about to be no doormat to nobody on no fucking level, and neither are my children. My children won't be no scapegoats. I'm not about to be no scapegoat. My brother ain't about to be no scapegoat no more after he finished clearing up the shit that he gotta clear the fuck up. My nephew ain't gonna be no scapegoat. Y'all not about to keep doing this shit. Y'all not about to keep doing this. This shit is over. This bullshit that we've been experiencing all these lifetimes, this shit is over with. Do something different. And then, what really got me is how when you ordered that Q-Link phone, see, I already got a phone that works on Wi-Fi. So I didn't understand why you would get a Q. First of all, you have two phones. One of them you work off of Wi-Fi, and the other one is your monthly phone. Matter of fact, you got more than two phones. You got backup phones too. So for you to say that you ordered me a Q-Link welfare phone so that I can have for when I go out, knowing at that time that I had before you had came over here to the West Coast, and I didn't have my phone. I didn't have my fucking 732 number. I was working off of Wi-Fi, and it was working for me all of that time before you brought your ass over here. So for you to go take it upon yourself to order a Q-Link phone, then it makes me think, did you order that Q-Link phone using my information? And you couldn't, you could have, but at the same time, how you had that information sent over about that police report from the San Jose Police Department to that hidden file in that phone. And then, like, before I found the hidden file, you was trying to, like, make me take it. Like, you was kept on trying to press it on me. Like, it's just for you when you go out, so you can make your calls and you can do this. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm straight. As I'm sitting here thinking about this shit, I'm really sitting here thinking about, like, you did that shit because I've been figuring this whole shit out, and as I'm figuring it out, I'm coming to you and I'm talking to you about the shit that's, that I'm, catching wind of here and there, and you just standing there looking all fucking crazy with this smirk on your face, like you couldn't even hide the shit if you wanted to. But it's all good. Like, I ain't even call you out on that shit. Like, it's been so much shit that you have been doing and just saying, like, little slick shit, the way that you was looking at Sanika with your, like, them type of looks and shit, and then I'll actually, like, why you looking at her like that? And I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Because I know you have a deep fucking despise for my daughter. I know you do. And that's crazy. I gotta protect them from anybody that wants to harm them in any fucking way, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. That's my job as a fucking mother. I haven't always had this part of my life down pat. It took me working on myself to come to where I'm at. I did this shit by myself, me working on myself. I went to the little fucking programs and shit like that, got right out and went right back to get high. I had to fucking want this shit for myself, and when I decided that I didn't want to fucking get high no more, that was that. It was a wrap. Just like when I don't want to fucking be bothered with people that are fucking doing the most, you've seen it firsthand. All of the fucking block numbers in my fucking phone. So why would you not think that that it couldn't happen to you too. Cause you a part of the crew that be doing fuck ass unnecessary shit. And then you started up more of the shit. You jump started this shit off. Like got really into it when I left from Salem. Then you, Dawn, and whoever else y'all sat behind the scenes and playing with, came up with this genius idea. Well, just tell her you want to come up and whoop, 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 whoop. But when my memory served me correctly, you ain't even want me to fucking have an apartment, but you had the fucking nerve to want to come be at my apartment so that you could come over here and fuck with me. And you got paid to do it. That's the crazy shit. They paid you. The government and everybody been paying your motherfucking ass, and everybody else that's involved in the tight, close-knit circle, all y'all motherfuckers been getting a little money here and there. To fucking bring all this fucking unnecessary in my fucking life. And all I have been was a blessing to y'all lives. You know what I mean? Because if I want to do my calculations, we ain't going to talk about how many years I stayed or whatever like that. We're going to just talk about on the fucking whole from my 41 years of my fucking life. The majority of my fucking life, I've been thugging and doing this shit, you know what I mean, by myself. And even when I was with you, I was still doing it by myself. Except for over here in motherfucking, I was still doing it by myself. But we was just underneath your roof. But I've been doing this shit by myself. Making sure that I fucking get what I need to get. And do what I need to do. And connect with who I need to connect with. And when I notice that what I'm being able to do now, I'm getting, quicker results. Y'all was my motherfucking hold up. All of y'all family members was my fucking hold up. For the shit that y'all was doing behind the fucking scenes to play with me and fucking keep me stuck. It's all good. Thank you. Because I'm just going to keep on moving forward and I'm going to keep on finding my way in this life and I'm going to keep on growing and nurturing. I'm getting a chance to actually fucking have a childhood now with my children. And I'm recuperating now because I'm still trying to shake off all of this fucking crazy ass fucking chaotic energy that we just came from up out of so that we can get the fuck outside, get the fuck where we got to go and go see some shit, do some shit and have some fucking fun. I like my inner childhood friend that I have inside of me. I ain't nurtured her in so long. Fucking with people like y'all. Fuck that shit. It's not about nobody else but God, me, my children, and whoever comes across my path that is willing to, you know what I mean? Want to grow, learn something new, do something new, see something new, act like something new. That's for the highest good. But y'all scrutinize me for that? What the fuck? I don't understand.